guys, Rafael PG Restoration. As you can see behind me, today is not an ideal day for construction of any kind, least of all for what's going on today, but at this point it's a little too late to stop it. So today we're actually pouring a topping slab. If you've seen some of our videos before, you may know that a topping slab is simply a slab of concrete that goes on top of a structural deck. What I'm standing on right now is the structural deck. As you can see here, we've marked up to where the topping slab is going to be poured. Right behind me, you'll see some very thick hoses. We are on the 11th floor terrace of a building. The concrete truck, unless we use a crane, is not going to pour up here. So what it does is downstairs we actually have a large pump that's connected to these hoses. The truck pours into the pump. The pump does its job, brings it all the way up here. So you want to cross here. This is the section that we actually started on today. Luckily on this side of the building, we're not getting too much rain, but it is not ideal conditions. But because it's a topping slab, we have some leeway. This is not a structural element, and it doesn't have to have the prettiest look, because at the end of the day, we're gonna put mortar and tile on top of this. As long as it has the correct pitch, it's all that's important. The pitch we give it is to those drains right there. As you can see, the drain is only about 2 to 3 inches off the ground, yet based on this line, you can see in certain areas we may even have 6-7 inches of topping slab. One of the reasons for that as well is not just the level to the drain, is you may not be able to tell by video, but this structural slab is actually leaning down to the right. It's actually accumulating on this point, which is why you can see the wet spots on the bottom. This is where water accumulates. Because of that, this is much lower than where the drain's at. So that's also cause for the large difference in thickness in the topping slab. But this is basically what happens. We always set up the pump. Since we always work on high rises, we're always working on elevated structures. Most of the time we have to use the pumps to bring it all the way up here. Ideally, a crane pump would have been better, which is basically a crane that has a hose attached to it. The concrete truck pours directly into it and it just comes up here. But due to restrictions in parking and area that we have to use a smaller pump. Regardless, the work is proceeding as smooth as it can be despite the rain. Again, it shouldn't last too long. It's already starting to clear up, so by the time we start going on this side, we should be ready to continue.